Hey, 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 what's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I've got an absolute treat for you. This is the 2024 Redwood 4120GK, and I'll tell you, I have not spent too much time in Redwoods. For years, I've been jealous of people that have sold them, that walk into them. I think they're absolutely beautiful, and today I get the luxury of showing you all the 2024 upgrades that are now coming with the Redwood. So things like the light strips, the new Sage DECOR, the new fireplace, all sorts of neat things that are going on in this Redwood. But all the specifications, things like length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes, you will find that down in the description of this video, along with a link for the pricing, and it should pop up on the screen. But I hope you guys are having a good day. If you guys dig my style, like what I'm doing here, hit that like and subscribe button for daily RV content. We're going to probably do this tour in about 20-25 minutes or so. So let me know what you think. Especially drop a comment on the new Sage DECOR and light strips. I'm definitely curious to see, what customers are thinking. But again, it's the 2024 Redwood 4120GK. And right when I walked in, I had to FaceTime my wife and see what she thought of this Sage DECOR, because it is so much different than anything out there in the RV industry. I wanted her touch because I'm a typical dude. I can hardly even match my socks, let alone tell you what kind of decor looks good. And she absolutely loved it. From the, the tile work for the backsplash, to the light green coloring, these LED lights. I just think, man, if you're paying a luxury camper price, you want a luxury feel. And when you walk in, this just feels highfalutin. It feels fancy. It is nice. You get a massive oversized island, a super slide over here. I mean, look how tall that is. You're probably sitting at about, 6'7" or so on that side, but you're going to get a residential style refrigerator, residential style, oven with a little hood that's going above it. And then you get a massive TV with their brand new fireplace, LED lights underneath the island as well. And then you also get another super slide over here, which is, I guess, where I'll start kind of breaking down this tour. But this over here is going to be your seating slide. So first thing right off the bat, when you walk in, it doesn't feel cramped. It feels nice and airy and kind of spacious. I'm 6 feet tall. Look how big this slide is. Probably sitting at around 6'9". And what you're going to get because of that is going to be not only the open feel, but you're going to get really nice sized windows right here with massive overhead storage. But then you're also going to get two larger windows, over there. So it's just a really nice touch. All the windows are going to be dual pane tinted. They all open up for a nice breeze. They come with, the old day shade and the old night shade, so you can go full Dracula on it. Block out some nosy eyes, keep the skin from sizzling. You are ready to rock. It's set up as a table for two here at the moment, but you can expand it out for a table for four. Play some euchre, read a book, have some breakfast. Flush mount slide, meaning there's no lip to get up in the slide, so that gives it more of that kind of the homey feel. And then solid surface countertop, Connex charging station right there as well. You get some nice little lights. There's an up-close view of that Sage. And then look at that. Pretty good size storage, especially when you're talking about just being over, the dinette. From fingertips to about half of my forearm, you're ready to rock. You also get the copper tabs right there with the magnetic latches on the soft close there as well. Keep moving along down the slide. You're going to have your power theater seating. And what's nice about this is it does have a couple different modes. You have your vibrate, your heat, and then accent lighting. So you get that little blue kind of ambiance going, even in the cup holder right there as well, and a place to put a couple belongings. But these are also going to be on the quick recline, so you can definitely sleep in them. They're really comfortable. And since it was asked of me, I'm going to sit here in the recliner so you can get kind of a gauge. And I'm a round belly too. I'm not the smallest guy, but you can see I'm very comfortably sitting in it. And then to expand it, all you're going to do, is hit that button right there. It's also directly across from the TV. So this is going to be the viewing station that you're going to get. Whether you want to sit in the recliners or rest your head up here on this trifold sofa, you're in a good viewing spot no matter where you are. And that's going to be that new style fireplace too. So they call it the three-sided or tri-sided fireplace, but it's definitely different than anything I've seen in the industry. It still puts out that same output, about 5,500 BTUs. It'll heat up about 500 square feet of RV. So in an RV this size, that'll comfortably take care of this entire room. on a day that's about 50 degrees or so, especially when you take into account that they use the block foam insulation. So it's a little bit better insulated than even some of the luxury, RVs out there on the market. But you can change the color modes however you want. I put it on the multicolor so it keeps kind of cycling through, just to kind of show you what options that they have. Back here, you're going to have the trifold sofa. So basically what that means is it flips out in 3 pieces, makes about a queen bed, and you'll have just enough squeak through room, probably come through about right there, where you can get by on this island. But it's a nice suitable place if you want to bring the grandkids or something of that nature. You got plenty of room to sleep some extra folks, even though this is traditionally a couple's coach. Couple ledges on either side. You have outlets, USBs, and again, massive windows for a great view, great breeze, day and night shades, the works. More LED lights there above the overhead storage. You get the glass insert here as well. And this is pretty high up here, but it is nice and deep. So I think I'd probably put some of my stowaway items or stuff that I don't maybe need every day. Because if you are a little bit shorter, this is going to be a little bit difficult, to get into. But I'm glad to have it regardless. I'm talking blankets and, things of that nature. Maybe swap out spring and fall type stuff, without leaving the camper. But I love the room that you get. Again, that rainy day, if it is raining, you got a perfect place to watch a movie. You got all the lights to kind of pick whatever, whatever experience that you want to have, whether it's movie mode or, like this on a day. You can kind of get it nice and toasty in here, nice and warm feeling. You have a fan with a light right there. Another thing that's going to be a little bit unique to Redwood is they're going to have 3 15K ACs on the soft start. So all 3 ACs can run at once. And that is not the case in most RVs. Usually they have to use an energy management system where it kicks on between 2 and kind of cycles the zones to, control that temperature. The TV, I don't know what size it is, but it's the largest TV I've ever seen in an RV. I'm going to guess probably around 60, 65 inches, something like that. You also get the Insignia soundbar and a little bit of storage here above. And then let me give you another little view here of that fireplace. Now, it took me a little while to figure out, how to work it. You got an on and off switch right here. This is kind of your master control. So it's going to be right under there. And then over here on the side, just in case you've ever struggled with it, you got another power switch, temperature control that goes up to 100, and all your different lighting controls, right down there. But I figured that was important to show you since it's something that took me a little while to figure out. Storage over here just to the right of the TV, and you're going to get 3 of those. And again, notice they're all on the soft close. They're all a real wood there as well, which is always nice. Got a great little kind of a durability feel to it. But look at that island. Countertop space in this is not going to be a struggle. So you got a great island to play, some games, maybe some apple juice pong, or something like that. But then directly across from it, you have another serviceable station. Maybe do some food prepping, or whatever you want. You got kind of home on the road with all the countertops, which is nice. Outlet over here. Fancy little design, above the sink. And speaking of the sink, it's going to be that farm style. And you're going to get 2 of these guys right there for your drying racks. Single stainless steel undermounted bowl. And then you have a high-rise faucet. Hitting those dishes from all angles. And you even got a little pump station right here, for your shampoos. But I like how they're using that farm style. It's just a little bit closer to you as opposed to being recessed into the middle of the island. You're also going to get a dishwasher. I mean, who likes to do dishes? I know I sure don't. And now you got a dishwasher, so you don't have to. You also get some good storage on both sides too. And look how deep, those drawers go. So you got the top 2 looking like that. The bottom one's going to be a little bit bigger, looking just like that. And then right over here, you got another one. This is for the tire pressure monitoring. We'll get into that here on the outside portion of this tour. And you got a place where a garbage can comes out with another outlet. But very, very cool. I'm digging the island. I love the size of it. Flip it around, tons of storage. So I'm going to open up, both left and right are going to be the same. So I'm going to open up this side. And again, notice the soft close. And then you got 2 pull-out drawers here as well, just to kind of help you kind of organize. And even those are on the soft close, which is nice. And then boom, more right there. This is going to be that new tile as well, just looking really nice. It's even kind of grouted, so you know it's an actual true tile. Not just a backsplash, not just a sticker. Outlet over here. You got a big boy Insignia oven or microwave. Got the old Funtown welcoming bag in there. That's going to have stuff like your microwave controller and all that. Pizza, potato, meat, popcorn, cheese, ice cream, butter, veggies. It's got the works, everything that you need. And then we're right on over here. You got the Samsung residential refrigerator. I haven't put in the shelves yet, but you can kind of get the idea. You can pack away a week's worth of food absolutely no problem. And what's nice as well is this, it does have a 2,000 watt inverter, so you don't have to worry, about keeping it cool, while you're driving down the road. Again, you're buying a luxury camper, so you get some kind of higher end finishes there as well. Well, that's got the tape on there, but you can see it's got a little ice maker, and then it's got a little freezer place. One of my favorite things about the Redwoods, and it was the first time I've ever really seen a kitchen kind of quite like this, I love the fact that it's got that metal hood right there. I don't know why, I'm kind of a dork for it. It always reminds me of kind of that hibachi style, but you get the Insignia oven, which is going to be the largest oven in the entire RV industry. The 4 stovetop burners, so you can whip up all the fixings, and then you got enough room to fit a full-size turkey in that bad boy. Absolutely no problem. Storage, both on the right and on the left. Again, solid surface countertop, and then the real tile finish. This is going to be a power tower. So 2 outlets, 2 USBs. Your hood's got a couple different modes for the fans. Boom, boom, and boom. You even got a light, timer, all that good stuff. And then you got the Redwood with the backing, with the light shining down on it. It's just looking really sharp. And then directly above, if that wasn't enough, you do have another fan right there just to kind of help, with the airflow. And before we head up in the front as well, you got a little sitting nook. So you can sit down, plop your shoes on, do what you got to do, hang up a jacket, or, some keys or something like that. So this RV is going to use the Firefly system, which you can link up to your phone to control, the lighting, the slides, all that good stuff. But in case you wanted to do it all manually, there are going to be manual lights, as well for all of the, or manual switches for all of these as well. And anytime you see that little arrow, you're going to notice it's on a dimmer. So one click, to turn it off. Well, let's see here. Let me do the kitchen ones. So one to click it off, and then I can just hold it. And you see how it dims it down? So imagine if I did that for all of them. It'd be a nice kind of little ambient glow again, for kind of movie theater mode. Oh, you know what? I didn't show this. Look at that. Pretty snazzy right there. That's highfalutin. Fuse box, outlet, central vac system as well. There's going to be the control for that fan that was above the island. And then this is going to be your Firefly system. So again, you can use it, on your phone, but it shows you the level of your battery, all your different temperatures, master lights. You can control each individual light just by kind of clicking them. And again, that arrow, you can even control the dimmer from these as well. Your temperature, so you can set each kind of area to what, what temperature you want. If you want the bedroom a little bit cooler, we'll set that down a little bit lower than you would the living room. You also notice you got a heat pump, as well. So that's going to be nice. More electric heat to pair up with that fireplace. And then you got your slides. You don't even have to read real good. I mean, they're all color-coded, simple, easy. I've been in some of these RVs, and this gets real complicated. So I like how the Firefly system is just easy. So the bathroom and the bedroom, it's kind of a unique little setup right here. You got kind of a split. But look at these walls. I mean, those walls are pretty sharp. So you have this entrance right here, and then you got this heading directly back into the bedroom. So you got kind of like a guest setup, and then kind of like a master bedroom type setup. So we'll start over here. First off, you got the mirror. You can show off the old bowling gun. You got a sink that's nice and rounded, and you'll notice it's also going to be seamless, which is nice. I mean, whatever that is, just looking really cool. Suburban on-demand hot water heater. Those are getting more and more common, but if you're not familiar, it's basically instant heat, and it lasts, forever. So that is a nice one to have. Underneath the sink, access to your plumbing and clean-cut storage. More storage over here. And then you got the old porcelain foot flush throne, and it's in a nice little spot. And you got plenty of room right here to be sitting. You notice I'm not cramped up. I'm ready to go. I got plenty of room to do business. Let me turn on this light here. So you got a second sink, so you got the guest sink, and then you have another one over here as well. A little bit more countertop space, since you know you're going to be using this a little bit more full time than maybe that guest that's sleeping on that sofa. Good size storage, and then the shower is right behind me as well, which I will show you that in just here a second. Flip it around. This is what your shower is looking like. You got the Tri-Glide glass series. You notice it looks really nice as well. The shower head, that thing's looking fancy. And you also have a wand. Plus you have a seat there as well, so you can sit down, let that hot water hit you. Maybe hike a leg up, shave your legs, do whatever you got to do. But again, 6 foot, 300 pounds. You see head height is not an issue. Width is not an issue. You got room for two if you want to get funky down at the campground. You also have the blade style. So this is going to be pretty common for the newer RVs. But basically it takes the air and it kind of twists it out. And they say it puts out about, I think it was 20% more airflow. So this is going to be the bedroom. You got the LED lights up the front. You see you got the grate in the closet for the washer and dryer. But even in here is going to be the opposing slides, which is nice. And the slide really starts, right here. I'll go down this way. Let me see here. Those are going to be those 2 extra chairs. But you can use that as a massive hanging closet, which is always a big time plus. Kind of access to the same area. But even these are going to be on the soft close. And then you're into the bedroom where you have kind of a dresser set up. You also get an Insignia TV, so you can play, Netflix or something like that on there. But a lot of countertop space, an emergency exit, pull, push, and plop. You can get out in a hurry if you need to. But this dresser is absolutely massive. You're going to get 9 of these compartments. And they're all looking, just like that. Flip it around. This bed is actually on a tilt, which is nice. It looks pretty sharp, but it opens up this room so that way you got plenty of workaround room. I'd say you're probably looking at about 4.5 feet, from slide to bottom of the bed. Now, instead of going with where you lift up the bed, they tilted the back up, and then, so you didn't lose that storage, they give you this right here. But pretty darn neat. You got an outlet over here if you want to plug in like a CPAP with some additional storage. You also do get a shelf there as well, and a window, here behind. Oop, got the old safety latch right there. That's for when you're driving. Got the washer and dryer. So this is going to be warranted for full-time living, and it also has a 2-year warranty too, which is a lot different than most RVs, as well. Usually they come with 1, but then also it's also going to be transferable. So whether you're the first-time owner or the second-time owner, within that 2-year time span, you do get the warranty, and that right there, speaks volume to them kind of backing up their product in general. So I can tell you, I've been selling campers for a long, long time, and that is not common whatsoever. Right over here too. Got your old your wine guard set up, so you can call up like AT&T or Verizon, get your SIM card, and you can get some some internet access on the go. Maybe use the top of this dresser as a little desk area. But guys, I think this about wraps it up here for the inside portion of this tour. Again, this is the 2024 Redwood 4120GK. But drop a comment, let me know what you think. Hit that like and subscribe button. Now we're going to head around the outside, show you a couple things. Then I'm going to get moving along to the other Redwood, and that's going to be kind of the more traditional Redwood style. You got a lighter decor, you don't have the LED strips going at the top, but it's a good kind of comparison to see which style people like. In case you missed it the first time around, all the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes you can find down in that description. I'm also going to add a link to the manufacturer because the Redwoods have a lot going on with them, and I'd hate to miss something that you do want to see. So all that access will be easily accessible down there as well. You have multiple paint color options. This is obviously going to be one of them. You got the other one over here, but there's also going to be a few more. So feel free to check that out. You're also going to get prepped up for a 3-camera safety system too. So if you want to install that, basically you can see what's going on behind you with some distance markers as you're moving down the road. The pass-through storage is pretty darn impressive. You got the LED light going on, and then you're going to notice, nothing is exposed. It's all buttoned up. It even added in some fancy decor where you can hang up a couple things you know, like this bucket right there, wired for solar. So you can put up to 3 solar panels up top, 3 200-watt solar panels. This is a really nice feature to have because it's easy access there to your hydraulics, just in an easy little lift-up grate. It's going to be your sound control, so zone 1 and 2, that's inside and outside, so you can play music on both sides. Back end of the central vac. And then this is going to be the control panel grid, which is nice. Everything's just mapped out if you ever need to get, you know, some service. And you also have the water manifold system. So essentially, you know, if one of your kitchen sinks springs a leak, or I mean one of your bathroom sinks springs a leak, you can just close that off. So instead of having a headache, just kind of a hiccup, go on, finish your trip, enjoy it, and then kind of, you know, move on to the next thing, you know, when you get to it. A second pass through over here. Maybe put like a ladder in there, or just in general, just more space. Underneath here is all buttoned up and heated. You also see that little tube right there for the old stinky slinky. The step above steps, so they flip up into the doorway, so you can get those tucked up and away. And then you got your screen door. You also see it's got the slide toppers, which is always a big time plus. Stops debris from falling on top of your camper. And then you have your 2 marine grade outside speakers. The windows are also going to be frameless. Again, those are tinted and the safety glass. Another thing about Redwood too is all of the Redwoods are going to be towable by a 1-ton truck as opposed to a dually, which is always a plus. You got a second awning here that's coming off of the slide, and again, you got those LED lights. Heading up the back, you have a receiver where you can plug in, you know, maybe some extra storage or a couple bike racks, you know, something of that nature. And then you have a ladder to get on top of your fully walkable roof. And you're never going to get black streaks as well because they use a little bit of a different material, a little bit higher end material as well. There's going to be the back end there of that prep for the observation camera. Power cord reel, so that way you don't even have to really do too much work to get that bad boy back up. You just kind of flip it up with a switch, which is right there, and you're ready to rock. 6-point hydraulic auto leveling, if I didn't mention it. They also got a heavier duty tire as well. Sewer outlet connection. Back end of that first pass-through storage. And then this is the back end of the other pass-through storage, where you see they also have a docking station, which is nice. So you got hot and cold water in the form of an outside shower. You have your auto level controls. Rooftop sat prep is going to be right there as well in the top corner. Water filter, all your different bypass valves. And then, you know, your pulls for the tanks there as well, along with the black tank flush and your potable water fill up. So the black tank flush is basically a sprinkler system for your poop tank if you're not familiar with it. Solar on the side here as well. So if you want an extra 20 amps right on the side, buy one of those little, you know, kind of inexpensive, you know, little briefcases. A little bit of storage here up above. And then you got a battery box where you can put 2 boxes or 2 batteries along with your disconnects. And there's also going to be gen prep in the front as well. The old MoreRide pin box to match up with the MoreRide suspension. So that's going to help you when you're driving down the road just for a much smoother, easier ride. You also got the LED light there to help you out, you know, at night when you're hooking up. But all right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Again, this is the 2024 Redwood 4120GK. Have a great day. See you.